Delfino emergency broadcast alert. Princess Peach of the Mushroom Kingdom has apparently been kidnapped. Suspect kidnapper was last seen escaping through the Eastern Fruit Market. Well, she's right here for now. Alright, I'm sure that's the person I saw in the airstrip. I'm positive he's responsible for all this. Chase him. How about we do that? Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman, and welcome back for Super Mario Sunshine. Been a long time since I've said that. In this part, when we're gonna spray this M, let's head into the first main level of the game, Bianco Hills. Episode 1 is the Road to the Big Windmill. Every level has 8 main missions here, and then some. We'll kind of talk about the level structure as we get going here, but yeah, all of these levels here are pretty dang big, but yeah. So, Bianco Hills is a pretty standard beginner, like, grassland type level here. It's got a nice scenery to it, honestly. It has, you know, a nice little village here. It's just a really nice, like, pleasant, like, world here. Anyways, so we have to figure out a way to get over this gate here. Normally I think this gate's open in later missions, but trail here that connects to the big windmill. Goop made it too dangerous, so the door's being closed. Will we get through the water wheel up ahead, though? So there's a number of ways you can kind of go about this, though. They mentioned about this water wheel here, and I think, yeah, this way's kind of also a little blocked here, but yeah, you can just kind of ride up above it here. There's other ways you can go about climbing this area, though. Here you can, it's very easily possible to take damage from jumping off a building, I guess. That works too. You can climb up here and just kind of come across this way. There's so many ways you can go about doing this in Mario Sunshine, like go about different pathways for each mission here. Usually, not every mission's like that. It kind of depends on the structure of it, but yeah. Most of the time I like doing like crazy like flips and stuff, but hey, check out what we got. One of these guys again. Like I said, get used to fighting this guy, because we've seen him a lot here. And he's no different this time than he was any other previous time. But for defeating him, that's pretty much all she wrote here. It'll cause this land here to elevate, and in future missions, we won't have to really go about doing this. This is one of the very few times in this game here, I will mention this, you can keep going on forward here. You may notice there's another shine sprite off in the distance there. You can keep going forward for that shine sprite. Mario Sunshine very seldomly lets you do missions out of order, and usually if you can, it's not intentional. This is one of the very few times in the game where you could. So yeah, I just figured I'd mention that. But we'll get that one, because we're going to be going after all of these shine sprites here. If it wasn't obvious, yeah, this is definitely going to be a 100% playthrough, which a lot of people seem to mind. I personally don't mind, so let's go on to Down with Petey Piranha. This was, yeah, Petey Piranha's first game here. He would definitely go on to show up in a lot of other Mario games. Here's another way I like to sometimes go about here. Thankfully, there's an invisible wall here, and something I actually really like. I'll show this off next mission here, but you can actually kind of see, like, down there is actually the plaza there. You can, a lot of the time, see areas way off in the distance. Like, Delfino Plaza feels like a really big interconnected world, and I really like, or not Delfino Plaza, Isle Delfino in general feels like just kind of one big interconnected world, and I really like that a lot about this place. It kind of makes every area feel connected in a lot of ways. Flood just warns you that the bridge is out here to hover across. And yeah, this area is a little, like, you'll want to be using your squirt nozzle. There's these weird Piranha Plant ball things here. I believe if you do spray them enough, they... What happens if you spray these guys enough? Nothing? Oh, I thought they, like, exploded or turned into coins or something if you did that, but... I guess not. Anyways, thanks. Okay, thanks for all these, like, exploding piles of goop here. There is a spot to refill your water here if you need it, and... Oh, this is what I'm thinking of here. These smaller Piranha Plants. They'll do that. Try using the hover nozzle here. I remember actually as a young kid, this part of all parts, this jump here, this was one of the first parts that, like, actually kind of screwed me up in the game because I didn't think to just jump around that. I was a really young kid when I first played this, though. Like, I played Mario 64 before it, but, like, having the Flood kind of introduces, like, a whole new dimension into things. I'll mention that M there. You may notice M's like that. If you spray those, you'll be able to get an item called a blue coin. You can see my blue coin total there. That is its own collectible there that you'll be worrying about here quite a bit later because it's kind of its own thing. Anyways, hey Petey. Uh-oh. I don't like what's about to happen. How dare ye, Petey? Anyways, we got a boss fight. Petey Piranha here. I recommend clearing out the goop as quickly as possible so that way you don't have the annoying squids there. And it's kind of more or less the same as the smaller piranhas, just a little bit more involved there. Just wait for him to open his mouth. And there's spots of goop on the ground there, apparently. Okay, then. Not sure how that happened, but alright. It's a pretty standard boss fight. There's not really a lot Petey can do to you there. He'll just open his mouth a little bit and... sometimes try and, like, move his head around a little bit so that he's not, like, opening his mouth, like, directly in your path, but... And even if you don't, like, spray his mouth... Like, if you spray his mouth a little bit but miss, like, every shot there, like, you'll at least stun him to the point where he won't gunk out. I probably should have shown off some of his other attacks there, but... Oh well. I'm sure we'll be seeing that guy again, despite what kind of just happened there. Anyways, that is yet another Shine Sprite here. Not sure how many of these I'll be aiming for in each video. I guess I'll kind of just play by play and see what it feels like, but yeah, so... Oh, and once you get 3 Shine Sprites, this kind of opens up here. This is actually the way to the second world here. I'm gonna be going through as much of Bianco Hills as I can kind of go through in this before moving on to the second world. I've kind of decided that's how I want to handle things. I actually wasn't really sure how I wanted to handle things, if I wanted to just do, like, a few missions at a time, but I think I'm just gonna kind of handle it similarly to how I did my old Let's Play, where I think I did most of whatever I could in the world at a time before moving on to the next one. That way things kind of stay consistent. Episode 3, The Hillside Cave Secret. This mission's pretty fun. I like this mission quite a bit. Although it can be one of the first tricky missions in the game, I would say. You'll see what I mean when we get to it. So, this is what I meant when I said that if you look down here, you can actually... Even the sign, I think, says this here, if I remember right. Yep, Rico Harbor and Peanut Park there. these are actually future areas that we can go to. You can see the park off in the distance there. They mentioned that in the opening movie about, like, an amusement park, and yeah, I really like that you can see worlds off in the distance. I really like that. And I think if you press, I think it's the L button, yeah, it brings up this menu here. You can kind of see where on Isle Delfino that the worlds are, located. There's where the plaza is, the airstrip that we were in briefly, and if you click this total screen here, it'll show you the progress we have in all the other areas right now. It's pretty cool. One thing I actually kind of like about the 3D All-Stars a little bit is, like, they kind of did patch a few things, like, ever since, like, the collection came out. They kind of updated it a few times. I'll be explaining that a little bit more probably in the next video with a certain mission, but yeah, in this mission, when this collection first came out, it used to be really, really slow to load up the this menu here, but they did kind of fix that over time. I'll probably show a clip of that too, because I'm sure I have some old clips saved of when this game first came out. Anyways, this is kind of the intended way how you're meant to get over here. I sometimes like doing something else. You can kind of just dodge some of these red guys here to get up this way. And head up this way, and here we go. First secret level of the game, and all of these you gotta do with no flood. These levels are interesting. I like them mechanic-wise and the ideas behind them because they are little obstacle courses that, the backgrounds always reminded me a lot of Yoshi's Island. Some ones later on more so than this, but even the train tracks in this always kind of remind me of that. But yeah, we gotta do these with no flood, and it can be kind of tricky, because you realize how kind of strange Mario's movement is without flood in these, but all these are very much doable even without our hover nozzles, so the stars can be a little tricky here. You'll want to kind of just wait until they're mostly touching there, and then I'm not going to bother with this one up here. Yeah, see, it's probably better off just to not bother with that. And, as if that's not enough, going back into episode 3 for a minute, I mentioned before that sometimes I like to take a bit of a different route going towards this cave entrance here, and that's true because if you head over this way and stand on this rope here, if you drop down with B, this is kind of a neat little technique you can do. You can spray, and then eventually you can get enough speed and distance to hover over right to where the arrow is here. I like doing that quite often, and you're probably wondering why I'm heading back to this mission here. It's because all of these, once you clear them the first time, you can actually use flood in them normally, which is pretty neat. And there's this red button here. Collect 8 red coins before time runs out there. Very neat. Another small change, or, like, not change, I guess. When 3D All-Stars first came out also, they kind of screwed up the... Oh, shoot. Not sure how I'm alive here, but I'll take that here. This first mission can actually be a little tricky here. I'm kind of not doing the greatest on time here, but... Ooh, can I make that? I don't know how I made that one there, but I somehow made that work. This is gonna be a little close. I should have enough time for this, though. They screwed up the buzzer sound that plays whenever you hit the red buttons there. But yeah, these are red coin missions here. Basically, collect 8 red coins and you can get a shine sprite. These were all in Mario 64 as well, and they're pretty much the same idea here. The only major difference with red coins in this game compared to Mario 64 is not even something that's, like, super apparent here, but as you see, I still have no yellow coins here. Red coins don't account for your coins in this game. These missions always are on a time limit, so I ended up beating this mission in under a minute here. I came very close. I didn't think I was actually going to make that, to tell you the truth. But we got it. And that, my friends, is going to do it for this episode of Mario Sunshine with 5 Shine Sprites in hand. Next time, we'll continue exploring more of Bianco Hills. I'll see you guys for that then. Have yourselves a great day, and peace out.